Good evening, everybody. This is Rich. This is the Suffolk Crunch. It's the Saturday sit down. No Sunday stroll tomorrow. We're going to get into it tonight. Brentford come away with a spoils today with a 1-0 victory over Town at Portman Road. Firstly, can we have 175 likes? If you're watching this, just hit the thumbs up button. Totally free. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your notifications bell. So when a video drops, it will be in... you will get notified of it on your device and you can watch it straight away and get into it. So tonight, we're going to talk about the game. Obviously, it's 8 defeats out of 8 in 2025 at Portman Road. We are the only team in the 92 without a point this calendar year at Portman Road. We've only got one more chance to get a point on the board before the end of the season. West Ham in 2 weeks' time. That is the last home game. But Town entertained the Bees today. Thomas Frank's Bees chasing European football. Who thought you would ever hear that being said a few years ago? I remember playing them when they were in League Two. We were a championship team under George Burley, and look how far they've come. Like I said in my preview, Thomas Frank, he's done an absolutely sterling job there. And they're sitting 8th tonight in the table, looking at possible European football. It all sort of hinges, I think, 8th spot on if Manchester City win the FA Cup next Saturday evening. I think it's 4:30. Crystal Palace, sure you'll all be watching. But look, I thought Town went into the game. I did say in the preview it was going to be a tough game. I thought Brentford are a very, very good side. Score a lot of goals. They're very strong. They're very physical. Just the one change for Town today. Axel Tuanzebe came back in instead of Luke Wolfenden. So Dara O'Shea shifted to the centre alongside Cameron Burgess, Jacob Greaves still at left back, Alex Palmer in the goal, Taylor and Morsey in centre midfield, Enciso, Chaplin, Amari behind Liam Delap. And I thought the first 10 minutes, I thought Brentford really came out the blocks quick. Thomas Frank did say in his post-match, I heard that they wanted to get on the front foot early. Dominated the ball. Town sort of didn't really get in the game. They had a header from Delap early, which was our only real effort on goal in the first half. Look, they're a very good side, Brentford. They popped the ball around well. I like Kane Lewis-Potter, the signing they made from Hull a couple of years ago. I like the look of him. They're just strong all over the pitch, pass the ball well. And then obviously, I think it was 18 minutes. 3 takes of the corner. So here's what I believe. I've read Kieran's post-match notes, and he does say that VAR doesn't enhance your experience in the stadium. You are sitting there, you're wondering what the hell's going on. And we had it for the first corner. I think Greaves was trying to grapple with someone. It went to VAR, but then apparently the ball never come in play. So I'm not really sure what. That was getting checked. Then the second attempt, Jack Taylor and I think, is it Norgard, get booked. Both ending a heap. Third time of asking. Kevin Charlotte nods it into the net over, I think it's Dara O'Shea back on the line. But we can berate the officials. I think it was Sam Barrett today. We can say, maybe he got this wrong, he got that wrong. Fundamentally, at this level, you cannot afford to switch off at any point. And you get this nowadays. You look at when there's a set piece. There is so much pushing and shoving and grappling and blocking going on. And it's all a little bit of nonsense. I think we've got away with one in the second half. I think Tuanzebe, it's probably could be given as a penalty. I've seen too many Town fans tonight blaming the officials. Look, the officials in this league are not great, and we know that, and VAR's not great. And we've been on the end of some, but there's no excuse that we've got 22 points. You know, we can moan and say whatever we want about the standard of officiating. I think we go to the Championship. Don't ever think that it's going to be any better. It'll just be better, your experience, because there's no VAR. So, so the ball ended in the net. It was 1-0. It was 1-0 at half-time. Brentford, I thought, were well on top in the first half. Town couldn't really lay a glove on them. But I thought the longer the game went second half, I thought Town grew into it. Obviously, there was a few substitutions early. Colin Chaplin went off. They said he hadn't been feeling very well overnight. Look, we all love Colin Chaplin, I think, for what he's done for this football club. But no way is he a 10? A number 10 in the Premier League. I don't think he's mobile enough. You've signed Julio Enciso. He slipped into the 10 when Chaplin went off. Jack Clark went left. Look, you see Enciso, he picks the ball up deep, he drives, he can jink, he can dribble, he can shoot. Chaplin just isn't, in my opinion, a Premier League number 10. And that's not no slight on him, because I think he's a really good footballer, and if we do keep him next season, I think he's got a year left on his contract, so I think he'll contribute in the Championship. But he's another player at this level. He's just not good enough. But George Hurst come on with his new dyed blonde locks. He had a chance when the centre half, I think it might have been Collins, made the mistake. It's bounced. He's gone ahead. It's over his head. Hurst has got in. I think he's got to be a little bit sharper there. Then he has a header late on, heads at the goalkeeper. Cam Burgess probably the best chance. I think it's late in the game. Cross from Amari from the right, left-footed, curling right the way over. Cam connects with it, and Flecken. It's a great save. Saves it with his leg. But yeah, we huffed and puffed. We're not good enough at this level. I think Brentford showed today the level that we have to get to if we want to become a established Premier League club. I think they said when I was driving home on 5 Live tonight, that's the first time Thomas Frank was saying that Brentford have won 4 games on the bounce. Look, congratulations to them. That's a brilliant achievement. I think it's their 4th season in the Premier League. They've never been in relegation trouble. And Town, they've got to look at Brentford as an example. And I know, like we said earlier, you wouldn't have thought you'd be saying that 20 years ago, but these teams have overtaken Town. Brentford, Brightons, your Bournemouths, all of them teams are ahead of where Ipswich Town want to get as a football club. And it's going to take a lot of hard work to get there. I know people will say we'll go down, we'll be favourites, we'll come straight back up, we'll bounce back up, we'll win the league, this, that and the other. It's not going to be as easy as people think. There's a lot of hard work in the summer. You look at the team today, I don't think there's going to be that many who are starting today who will be starting on the first day of the season, Like Enciso, I think he got the sponsors man of the match today. I'll get into who was my man of the match in a bit. He's a great player, you can see he's at a different level. But he's not going to be in next year. Liam Delap's not going to be in next year. You've got question marks over Axel and Big Cam at the back. Haven't signed contracts. Sam Morsey's not getting any younger. Jack Taylor, another sort of game on the periphery of a game. He started the last 3 or 4 games in midfield. For me, not good enough. He'll be a squad player next year, if that. Yeah, there's a lot of questions to ask, I think, in the summer about where we're going to go, what's the type of players that we're going to recruit, because I think there needs to be some good recruitment. We need another striker. We need at least 2 centre midfielders to start. Strong, mobile, physical, athletic, and they've got to be able, if we do get promoted, to make that jump up. So Mark Ashton, I'm sure they'll have their targets of players that they're going to look at, and I think there'll be quite a busy sort of summer outs and ins. But yeah, look, we'll go through the lineup. Palmer in goal. I thought today, a couple of dicey moments with his feet. He doesn't seem the most confident. That was one thing I think if you look overall at the amount of touches our players have in that game, Alex Palmer has a lot of the ball. Burgess has a lot of the ball, and Dara O'Shea. There was too much for me. I thought Brentford really first half pressed really well. Town were trying to beat that press. I thought there was a bit too much backwards and sideways passing until probably the last 20 minutes when we kept in the game. And I know what McKenna's saying. We didn't chase the game, and we have before, and we've been out of games. But I think sometimes we've got to play a little bit more on the front foot, driving up that pitch. I thought we were a little bit too deep. But then you have to give Brentford credit because they're a very, very good football side. But yeah, Palmer in goal. Yeah, solid. Not great with his distribution. I thought the 2 centre-backs were pretty decent. Burgess obviously could have had a goal. Dara O'Shea. Right back, Axel. I thought he done well. My man of the match was Jacob Greaves today. I thought he was really, really superb. I think he's been really good at left back. I think he's shown that he can play there. Obviously, Leif Davis, I think his suspension's up, so I'd expect him to come back in against Leicester. But I would expect Greaves to keep his place, especially if Cameron Burgess is not going to be here next season. Greaves will probably slot into alongside O'Shea. I thought Morsey had a good game, got better as the game went on, get us up the pitch. Taylor, like I said, too much on the periphery. Chaplin as well. not for me, not in the Premier League. Amari coming to the game, second half, last 20, really strong. Coming inside on that left foot and getting some crosses in the box. We look quite dangerous when we put a cross in the box. In Ciso, he's a box of tricks. He's a player to enjoy. He'll get you off your seat and he will frustrate you as well. There was a chance there in the second half when he's got to go wide to Jack Clark and he comes inside and he shanks it and it just dribbles out for a goal kick. So quite a frustrating player. But yeah, look, overall I thought Town give a good performance. There's a lot of people stayed behind after the game and give them a good ovation, which I thought was good. Look, we've got 2 games left. Leicester next Sunday. Let's hope we can get down to the King Power and get another victory. It'd be good. And then we finish up against West Ham. But yeah, leave your comments. What you thought on the game, who your man in the match was. Any Brentford fans want to get involved, please do come on over. But yeah, 175 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.